Hey, Disgruntled. Today we are interviewing Rachael Fields, or today I'm interviewing Rachael Fields. Do you want to introduce yourself before we start?
Hi, I'm Rachael Fields. I'm one of Caleb's college buddies here at Temple. If you want a little bit more information, I work at Iovine Brothers Produce in Reading Terminal Market. Student discounts Wednesdays and Sundays. But yeah, that's my general info.
All right. I guess we can start the interview now. What made you come to Temple?
So I visited Temple with my high school, and I was like, oh my god, this is really beautiful. But then I didn't really think about it until I visited it with my mom, and that's when we actually got like a whole tour and everything. And I just was like, oh, like this has film, and I was really interested in that. And of course I had like no clue what I was gonna do. And because Temple has like so many options, I was like, this is a great place for someone who just has no clue what they want.
Were there like any other colleges that you were also looking at, or was it kind of like Temple is like the one and done?
I looked at I definitely applied to other places because everyone was like, you have to apply to like whatever. It's like your safety school, all that.
Yeah.
But I had only visited like Penn State. That was the only other school I actually visited. And once I came to Temple, like once I had that tour, I was like, this is it for me. Like,
yeah,
I love it here. It's beautiful.
That's kind of how I was, because like I only had like 3 schools because like I was supposed to.
Right. Yeah.
But like Temple was like, after visiting it, I kind of had like the same thing too.
Yeah. It's like, why pick another place?
Yeah. Like
it's
like,
close.
Yeah. And I feel like too, like I'm in Lancaster, it's like an hour and a half away, so it's like
not too far, not too close. Yeah.
What made you switch majors?
So yeah, I was originally a film major. I always kind of knew I wanted to be a teacher, but I kind of had to get over myself, like get over the idea that like, oh my god, like you're gonna spend your whole life in school. Because I remember like being in high school and being like, I just have to get out of here. Like I have to figure out what I'm gonna do. But I had no clue. But I used to do a lot of babysitting, and I love kids, and I tried to teach my sister the alphabet. I did it though. I did it. And I would always, like, when I was babysitting, I'd always have like lesson plans, and like I would try and like make a curriculum, that kind of stuff. And so once like I spent like a year as a film major, I was like, this isn't really for me. Let's go to like something that I know I want to do. Yeah. Oh, and with every education class I take, I'm like unbelievably excited about the profession.
Oh, that's really awesome.
Yeah, so excited.
So, like, what makes you like teaching so much?
There's something about, like, being able to see kids, like, get something, like, understand something, and you can just kind of, like, you can just see it in their face when they're like, oh, my God, okay. And I've always loved school. I always loved learning, and I know that learning is not for everyone. It's not, like, not for everyone. It's not easy for everyone, but I want to try and make it like something that's enjoyable for everyone, you know, because I think there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I don't want to go to school anymore. And I think it's always different for everyone, but I don't think that we should like give up on ourselves, you know, like everybody can learn.
Yeah, that makes sense. What grade would you teach and why?
So I've always kind of really wanted to teach high school because it seems a little bit like less like you're disciplining them or you're kind of like controlling them, and more like, oh, I can have this like meaningful discussion because we're like similar in age, or like, you know, we're close in age. But I've actually moved a little bit towards middle school now, because I've met a lot of kids who are middle school age, and I've just found that I love them. I don't know why. I think they have a lot going on. They have so much knowledge. They have so much that they want to share with you. I have different cousins and roommates, sisters and cousins and stuff like that, who will come up to me and they'll talk to me about like books that they read, and they'll just go on and on and on. I'm like, oh my gosh, these kids don't stop talking. But it's also like, oh my gosh, you guys are thinking. I can like see that they're thinking.
Would you ever like teach elementary level?
So I do, like, I love that age. I love a toddler. Like I love a 2-year-old, which is not school age at all. But I have a sister who's like coming out of elementary school now, and I love that age. I just think that I would have a harder time having like a meaningful discussion about like English, because like that's my major. And you can't like in elementary school, it's not like you have like English class. But like possibly I might be too qualified.
Same question, but higher up. Would you ever consider being a professor at college?
Never.
Why is that?
Because it's like, I'm a college student. I understand like it's not I'm here to get the degree. Like, and even though it's like, okay, it's cool, like, you are interested in this field, like, you're doing it because you want to work, like, in English or whatever, that kind of thing. I think that they need too much freedom. I feel like college students just have so much freedom and they need it, and I don't want to give them all that freedom. Like, I want to have some sort of control and, like, I don't know. Yeah.
Where do you want to teach?
So, I think, of course, like, for the first, like, few years of my teaching, I will be in Philadelphia because I'm at Temple. Like, this is where I'm going to do my student teaching. But I want to, like, kind of move all throughout the U.S. I don't necessarily always want to stay on the East Coast. And I want to be somewhere warmer. I'm always so cold, and I just want to be, like, somewhere that's warm. Maybe, like, I don't know California, but, like, I would like to see, like, New Orleans or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see all the states. Like, I want to see what the U.S. is about. And I don't think I would ever actually teach, like, overseas or anything like that. I don't think I want to stay, like, where I know what's going on.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like it's kind of hard, too, with, like, the language barriers and everything.
Right, exactly, yeah. My brother was thinking, he was like, oh, maybe I'll teach English in Japan. I was like, that's far away. And, like, I don't know a lot about, like, the money and everything over there. I don't know.
I feel like it's one thing teaching, like, kids English, but it's another teaching, like, someone who doesn't know English and trying to teach them English.
It's, like...
I feel like those are two, like, different...
Very different, yeah. And I don't think I would... I think I would have a very hard time ever being, like, an English language teacher. I don't really understand languages very well. So.
Well, I mean, like, we kind of take English for granted or whatever.
Exactly. It's, like, so hard.
But, I feel like it's one of the hardest languages to learn because, like...
It's, like, nothing ever makes sense because there's no rules. Like, it's, like... There's I before E. That's, like, the only rule we have.
Yeah. What kind of is the process of becoming, like, a teacher?
Oh, my gosh. There's, like, so... It's not necessary. It's probably, like, really valid. So there are, like, I do have to get this, like, bachelor's degree. I can get a master's. It might make me... might, like, give me more money or whatever. But I don't know. I'm not there yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. You have to basically, like, student teach. I think that's in, like, the end of your junior or your senior year. But before I can do that, I have to, like, achieve candidacy, which means that I, like, basically am allowed to go on to actually, like, take certain courses that help me, like, learn how to student teach. So, like, this summer I have to take some standardized tests, which is, like, I thought I was done with the SATs. I have to and you always have to have your clearances, so you have to, like, you know, say that you don't have any, like, you haven't harassed children, that kind of thing. You know, you have to, like, get your fingerprints done every year, which is good, but it seems like a lot more than is necessary. But it's not at all.
Would you, like, ever, because you said that you want to, like, kind of move around the U.S. to teach, would you ever, like, stay in one place to, like, retire?
Definitely. So I also am not a city person, which is weird because I go to a city school, but I don't want to be in a city. And so I want to, like, move around the U.S. so that I can pick the best place for me to live, to, like, retire. Because I feel like I'm going to, like, not ever, like, own multiple houses. I feel like I'll just have, like, I'll be renting around. And then, like, when I decide, like, okay, I'm going to go live in
that's awesome.
Oregon or whatever, you know, like, I can settle down. Yeah.
Because I feel like those, like, the best teachers, like, stay around, like, the longest time. And then, like... people who graduate high school, like, always come back, too.
Exactly.
And I feel like it's more of, like, a bond, too.
It is, and you are, like, there's better student achievement with teachers that stay longer. Mm-hmm. That's why there's, like, so many issues in, like, city schools, because teachers will get kind of, like, scared because they'll be like, oh, these kids are really hard to control. Mm-hmm. And then they'll leave. And if they hadn't left, they would have, like, had more time to actually, like, figure out how to, like, be useful.
Yeah, because, like, I always feel like when I was, like, going through high school and, like, grade school and stuff, like, the teachers who stayed the longest, I were able to, like, make connections throughout, like, all 4 years of high school. And I would be like, if I ever need, like, a recommendation, it's going to come from that teacher. Right. Throughout when you were, like, going through grade school and everything, did you always like English, or was...
No, so I actually... When I was in, like, when we were starting to, like, learn how to read, I did not read. I lied about reading. Like, I would not read. Like, I said I read all the Magic Tree House books. I did not. I didn't read a single one. I never read like A Wrinkle in Time. I never read like the Black Beauty, or is that what it is? Like,
I have no idea.
I never read any of that. Really? Yeah, and like sometimes I get in trouble for it, but it's like, and I only started reading until when I read the book Where the Red Fern Grows. It's like about like the two bloodhounds and like hunting, and I wanted to hunt after it, but no, I didn't. I was never interested in reading until I read that, which was I guess maybe like 5th grade or something. But I always did love English class. I had lots of good English teachers. I feel like everybody has a good English teacher that they like are personal with, and they're like, oh my god. And now I do really love reading, and I also love writing, and I love creative writing. I like and I also just love to see like other people's creative writing.
I feel like also too, it's like the English and history teachers are always like everyone's like, we favorite. Love them. Yeah. That's interesting. Well, I guess that kind of makes sense that you kind of like found reading. Kind of later, because I feel like that's how I am, but I never like really stuck to reading. Yeah. That kind of transitions to the next couple questions. Why do you enjoy reading so much?
So, okay, here's the thing. Reading, when you get into a book, a good book, it's like you everybody knows you can't put it down. But being able to like sit in like an uncomfortable position for hours because you're like so interested in the book just shows like how like amazing a book can be. And for me, reading is like thinking about how amazing the author is. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, like this person really came up with all of this. Like and so it's like it's partially about the story, like the story has to be good, right? But it's, for me, it's like I'm just interested in like the author.
Oh, that's so like
I just think that's so cool. I don't know, I'm just like, how are you guys doing that? Because I don't think I could ever actually write a book. Which I know a lot of like English teachers and like people who have English degrees like will like do short stories, they'll like try to publish books, they'll do all that. I don't know about that for myself. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Maybe I feel like I need more confidence to do that, because like I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how did they come up with like this whole world? And like I don't know. So yeah, it's for me, it's about the author.
That's so interesting, because I never heard anyone who like reads a lot like ever say that about the author. Because I had this cousin who like read like constantly, and she always says like she always gets like deep into the story. Yeah, and, it's like so. And then what like genre of books do you usually like to read?
So I do not like fantasy at all.
Oh, really?
I will read anything, but I don't like fantasy. Dang. I don't want to see anything about dragons or mermaids or wands or anything. Like, I never read the Harry Potter books. I love the movies, but it's not for me to read. Yeah. I didn't like Percy Jackson. But I will read like anything else, like nonfiction, fiction that's real. But yeah, that's my only, like, I don't know why.
Yeah, I was just about to ask why is that, because I feel like that's like one of the most popular.
I know everybody loves it. Yeah. I can't take it seriously. Yeah. And I'm just like, I don't want to hear about this like weirdly named creature. I don't know. And I want to hear things that I can connect to, that I can relate to.
That makes
like,
sense.
I can, like, even if it's not like, oh, I haven't like fallen off a bridge. I don't know like, what like, that's about, but I can understand the feeling of like what the characters are feeling if it's real. If they're going through real experience.
So you can like relate to it more.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense now, because like I feel like in fantasy it's just like
it's like I've never seen a dragon, so it's like I don't know.
What's your favorite would be like nonfiction?
Definitely. Well, yeah, I would say nonfiction. Like I do read fiction. That's so okay, here's what I really like. I don't even know what it's called. I should know. But it's like when it's like historical. What is it? Fiction? Historical fiction?
I think that's right. Yeah.
I love reading about wars and stuff.
Oh, that's
I love
so
reading
interesting.
about battle scenes and stuff like that. But not like I don't like medieval times. I don't like anything like that, because that, to me, that's where we get into dragons. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I love one of my favorite books is what is it called? All the Light We Cannot See? Is that what it's called? I don't know if that's what it's called. Anyways, it's about like World War II, and I love that.
Oh, that's so interesting.
That's just so I like the history of it, which is why I was like, oh, do I go with history or English? But there's a little bit of both in each.
Did you always like historical fiction while?
Always.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like when I was younger, I'd be like, give me something about a Marine, I'll read it. Like I don't know, not a Marine. That's not real. But Oh, that is a real big meme. But yeah, but I don't like history when it comes to like, what is it called? Like when you do like medieval history in like, high school. I don't like ancient history. I don't care about that.
So wait.
I want to see wars.
Wait, okay. So do you like Alexander the Great, like that kind of? Or is that too like...
It's too far.
Yeah.
It's like I don't have any connection to
Okay,
that.
what's like the limit of... Like, is it the Civil War, or is it...
Oh, yeah, like Civil War, like Revolutionary War and up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because it's like, okay, like, it's fine. Like, I'll see how, like, U.S. got its independence or whatever. But I love, like... And, like, the Civil War, like, that's also very interesting. Because it has so much, like, there's so much other stuff going on with that. And, like, well, that's also the thing about wars. It's more than just, like, fighting. Yeah. There's always, like, what's going on with the home front. What's going on with this and that. So, I like how everything kind of connects. I
was just about to say that because when people think of war, they immediately, like I do this too, like immediately think of guns and shooting and stuff. But then if you actually like think about it, there's way more involved, like politics, why the war is going on.
Exactly. Like, I love the politics. It's so
and then like the home, like what you just said, like on the home front, like at home, how families are dealing with like their significant other or like family member, like going out there like about dying and stuff.
It's like there's just so much. Yeah. And I will say though, there is something so satisfying about, not satisfying, I shouldn't say that. Something that I love about reading about like a soldier that's like in a, what is it called? A pit? What is it?
A trench?
Sure, like a trench. Like a dugout, like pit. Anyways, like, and they're like, oh my god, my friend just died next to me. And I'm like, oh my god, it's scary. Like, I don't know. There's something I really like to hear about those experiences.
Yeah. Because I feel like also it's like so real too. It's like literally they're seeing death.
Exactly. And
like,
it's like
all around them.
How would you, like you put yourself into it. It's like, how would I even react?
Yeah.
Which is also what's cool about like movies that show.
Yeah. And I also, because I'm interested in military stuff as well. And I always find it interesting because like, just the amount of death that happens, like especially like in World War II or whatever, it's just everything that surrounds it. It's just like, crazy.
Destroyed. Yeah.
Do you stick with just American military, or do you go out?
So I loved U.S. history in high school. I only know like some, like whatever they taught us, like their like European history. I guess sure. We did get a little bit of that that I liked. But I feel like the U.S. always gets involved. So
like, I guess you can't really avoid that.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate, I guess, sometimes.
Do you read, like, modern stuff, too? Like, what's happening in Iraq and everything?
Yes. So my roommate and I have been really talking about, because I don't know a lot about...
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of conflicting messages, honestly, online and everything, and it's hard. Like, we were talking about it last night, and I was just like, I just need to, like, have, like, a big pamphlet that has, like, all the information I can just read, because it's like these infographics that people are posting, I don't know if it's right or like I feel like it's a lot more complicated than an infographic, but I do like to read about stuff like that. I think it's really interesting.
I find that really interesting too, and I feel like there's so much emotion on either side, that it's kind of hard to weed out like the propaganda that each one's creating, and then that's why I always find it hard to like actually learn about why we're like in the Middle East, other than like oil and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I feel like there's more to it than just like try to like get like oil and stuff.
Which is just again like the U.S. is always trying to be involved.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the U.S. just doesn't need to be as involved as they are like constantly.
Yeah. I agree with that.
What is it like owning a parakeet in Philly?
Okay, so this is my favorite thing because I have a parakeet named Marcy. She is a little girl parakeet. Actually, she might be a boy parakeet, but we still call her Marcy, and she's a little girl. She's like having a dog, actually, or like a little human that kind of walks around, because you can see the emotions on her face. You can see like, you just can see her thinking. She's like very curious. Specifically in Philadelphia, she doesn't like really go outside because it's like she'll fly away.
Yeah.
But she does love to look out the window, and she loves to see the cars, but she's a little bit scared of like when the loud bikes go by, or like the loud cars and stuff. She'll just like fly right back to her cage from the window. But yeah, she's like, I've never had a pet like that. I'm a pet person. I've never had a pet like Marcy. She hangs out with you.
Oh, that's so cute. Could you tell like that she was transitioning, or how was she able to like transition from like being at your house to like a bigger city and with a lot of noise and stuff?
Well, so my mom got her for me for my birthday, and she was like so quiet, and she was just in this little cage, and so but I took her like almost immediately to my apartment. And like my room is her like entire world. Like she, you know, she's always out of her cage. She's always flying around, sitting on me, all doing whatever she wants. But her least favorite thing is when she has to go back home because the cage back home is a little bit smaller. She has like a mansion cage in my room, and she absolutely hates it because I put her in her little carrying case. Yeah. And now she recognizes the sound of the zipper of the carrying case, and she'll be like, she'll freak out, and she makes a very you can tell when she's mad at me. Like her squawk when I have to pick her up to like put her. She's like, I hate you. I can't believe you're gonna make it. Because she doesn't like the car ride. It's stressful. But she's like, but I think being in a city, hearing all these loud noises, like seeing so much stuff, she is maybe a little bit more resilient.
Oh, that's so cool.
To loud noises and stuff like that. Like she's never very scared.
Yeah. Okay, that's really cool. What is your favorite memory with Marcy?
Okay, so the first thing I thought of was last night actually when I got home, I eat pickles. Like I like to eat pickles. You like
I love pickles right? too.
My roommates hate me for that, but I've discovered that Marcy also loves pickles, and she's not allowed to have pickles because it's too salt. It's too much sodium. Yeah, that makes sense. But she like freaks out. And, like, I'll bring it into the room, and she'll jump on the pickle, and she'll just like start gnawing on it. I'm like, bro, you can't eat it. And last night she did that, and we were on the phone with my family, like on FaceTime, and she jumped on the pickle, but then she fell off, and then she like squawked. She got embarrassed, and she was like, ah! And she like squawked, and she like flew back to her cage, and she was just like, I can't believe I just fell in front of everybody. And then I was like, come on, come back. And then she like finally was like, all right, fine. But it was so funny to see her just so embarrassed.
That's
she was
so
like,
funny.
I can't believe this ever happened to me. Like, yeah, I think that like, but there was something else I was thinking of with her that I was like, oh my God, this is hilarious. I mean, so the first time I had taken her back home, it was like for Christmas break. And I have her in a room at my house that like has doors or whatever because we have a dog. And she had somehow escaped the room. And she'd flown into my mom's office where my dog often will be sleeping. And he saw her, and he loves birdies. He loves the birdies. And he starts chasing her around the room, and she's like, oh my God. And there's this moment when like it was like slow motion. She's flying, and he's like, he just misses her. And then, when I finally like got her back, she just came and she just sat on my neck, like under my hair, and she was just like, oh my gosh. Like,
that's so
it's funny. Yeah, she wouldn't like get off of me for the next like few minutes, 30 minutes, because she was just like terrified.
Oh, poor Marcy.
Yeah.
I love birds too, because my sister had 2 birds as well, and one of them flew away because she was like cleaning it outside.
Oh,
and it like flew away too. And then like a couple weeks later, we saw in the newspaper like the picture of the bird in the newspaper, because someone's like, there's a bunch of parakeets now like flying around, and we just started to like crack up laughing because it was like my sister's bird in the newspaper. It'd be like
you brought like new birds to this environment. That's so funny.
I just always remember that too. And every time when you like bring up like Marcy and stuff, I always like remember that.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Imagine that, seeing your bird in the newspaper and just being like, this guy just flew away.
So, okay, a little side note. You love pickles, and I love pickles. We're both pickle lovers. Why do you love pickles so much?
So, I've eaten pickles since I was like a kid. Like, it's something that like my cousins and I just do. Like, everybody in my family eats them. I don't know why. It's just like if we have like a little like vegetable tray, like a veggie tray, we always have a pickle tray too, with like olives, and we'll have all these pickles and everything like that. I mean, they're crunchy. Yeah. Like, it's just the best. Are you like a Mount Olive or a Vlasic person, or do you like? Because
I'm more.
Go ahead.
Flask.
Yeah, I would say because Mount Olive, like I love them, and like
yeah.
But sometimes they're a little bit too like strong. I feel like Vlasic is just like kind of
neutral.
Yeah, neutral.
What's that? Wait, is What's that one brand? I forget. There's like.
They have so many.
It's like the biggest. Crap, I'm just blanking on it. So it's.
I think Mount Olive is or I feel like Vlasic is the biggest.
Wait, hold on. There is something because I absolutely hate this brand.
Oh, really?
Or not. I guess. What should I search up? Pickle brands.
Yeah, it's like how do you figure out that? Like figure that out.
Wait. Okay.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Wait. Clausen? No. I guess that's all of the brands right there.
Yeah. Oh, wait, okay, never mind. I guess I was thinking of something else. Okay. Oh, wait, no, I was thinking of Flask. Okay. I love Flasks, except for these types of pickles made by Flasks.
Yes, you mean the, like, spears.
Yeah, I
agree. I want a whole pickle.
Yeah.
I love the mini ones, too. Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. It's just something about the slices.
It's like, not. It's a weird shape.
Yeah.
It seems hokey. It's not.
I don't enjoy it. And, yeah. Oh, okay. So, have you ever tried, like, Clarson's before?
Yes, but I hate them.
Oh, really?
Because it's like a bread and butter pickle.
Oh,
you know,
okay,
like
yeah.
you get at a restaurant.
Do you like them on, like, sandwiches and stuff?
I don't eat any pickles on sandwiches at all.
Although
I don't eat sandwiches.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah. The pickle top.
I love pickles so
yeah,
much.
I know, same. I have these huge jars I got from Costco for $5. I was like, yes, I bought 2 of them. I already finished 1 jar.
That's so amazing. I need to get more pickles.
Yeah, but it's like my roommates hate me for it.
Why?
Because they think it's so weird.
What?
And I'm like, it's not. Like, you guys miss out.
Yeah.
I tried to force one of my roommates to eat one, and then she was like, oh my god. Like, she started, like, she was not happy about it.
One last question about the pickles, and then we can move on.
Right.
Wait, hold on. I just have to flex so I can match it up with the video or whatever. But okay. Growing up, did any of your, like, family members get you, like, big jars of pickles?
Yes. Yes. Like, we would, I mean, here's the thing. In my house, like, we would have, like, little jars of pickles. Mm-hmm. But in my cousin's house, oh my gosh. You'd always go over there. They would have a huge, like, this big, like, jar of pickles. And we would just go to town. Mm-hmm. And my family, like, my mom, she would buy them. But it would always be, like, we would have to, like, make sure, like, we asked before she went to, like, the wholesale store. Because, like, before she went to Costco. Because it's not something she ever thought about. But, like... Yeah. It would always be like, Mom, remember, get the pickles, get the pickles. Like,
oh my god, that's so amazing. Because, like, my family knew that I was a huge pickle fan, too. And my cousin was also a huge pickle fan. And for each of our birthdays, we would get, like, this huge jar of pickles.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice.
And it's, like, the gigantic ones, too.
That's the best, though.
Yeah. I always love those gifts. No matter what else I got, it's always the pickles.
Yeah, it's the pickles.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you like to do around Philly?
So, okay. I'm not a city person, right? But I I like going to the city. I feel like this summer I need to, like, really explore it more, because I feel like freshman year I didn't do a ton, and then now it's, like, COVID or whatever, I can't, like, go around a lot. But I always, of course, love to see, like, you know, the attractions, the, like, museums, all that kind of stuff. But I also love just being, like, on Diamond Street. I love going to the 7-Eleven. I love, like, just being on Broad Street and, like, seeing people do crazy stuff. Like, North Philly is so wild. Like, I love all the people here, though. I love, like, being in the community, and, like, we have, like, certain neighbors that just, like, will, like, sit on their porch and just be like, hey, girl, like, and we're like, oh my god, like, I don't know, awesome. It's just, people will just, like, come up and talk to you, and, it's cool.
What was your relationship with, like, Philly before you moved?
So, right, I used to live in Maryland, but, like, the church that I, like, that my school was a part of was, like, up here, like, about 30 minutes north of Temple. And my brother went to, like, boarding school at that church school. It's a whole thing. And, so we would come up every once in a while, but I, like, never really, like, I don't think I was ever really in Philly. Sorry. I don't think I was ever really, like, in Philly before I really moved here. I'm thinking about it, like, because I always lived in Maryland, so I'd always, like, go to DC and, like, know everything about DC, and I've been to every museum there, like, 1,000 times. Yeah, Philly. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't really think I've had any connection to it.
How was, like, your transition moving into a city?
I think it was exciting at first because it was like, oh my god, like you can just take the train and like go shopping, or like you can just like go get dinner in the city, and that's like, it's fun like to think like, oh my god, city life, like I'm a city girl, like, you know, like I'm working in the city, whatever, public transportation, that kind of stuff. But I think now that I've like realized like, okay, like I'm not a city person, I will go home, and my house, like I have a really big yard and I have lots of like grass, you know, lots of trees, we have like gardens and stuff like that, and I'll go home and I'll just be like breathing the fresh air, like, you know, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I miss this, like do I have to spend the summer at home now because like it's beautiful. So it was definitely like it's so different, so different because like I was home for 4 years right out for all of my high school experience, and like coming away from that was definitely weird because like, oh, I don't use the car as much, like I drive, and like I love, like my favorite thing is to drive, so not being able to do that as much,
that makes sense,
is weird.
So it's more of like you missing the nature aspect of anything else. Nature. I miss nature so much because like I grew up like in the woods and everything, and there's like hiking trails literally like in walking distance and stuff, and like I feel like that's the thing that I miss the most about not living in the city.
Love to just go for a nice walk.
So you get migraines a lot. How are you able to deal with migraines every day?
Right, so I have chronic migraines that I got them basically like in January, February of 2020. So it was like all of 2020. And I didn't know that they were migraines until June. And so it was like literally basically the entire year of 2020, like I had a migraine. So it honestly kind of got like normal. It was just it just became normal, and I was just like, I'd wake up and my head would hurt, and I'd be like, all right, I mean, I guess I have to just keep living. So it wasn't horrible on it. Like it was horrible. It was horrible. 2020 was horrible. But it just became so normal for me. And now, like, even now, like, you know, I still get a migraine every once in a while, but I'm not really fazed by it. I'm like, damn, this sucks. But it's like, I can't really do much about it. Yeah, but it was also really crazy, like, for the first semester coming back, and everything's online, and I have chronic migraines. And
that's so awesome.
I'm taking
or awful
credits. Yeah.
I didn't want to say awesome.
You love my pain? No.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, and it's like, and I'm so busy, and then, like, I have to move. I have to, like, change what apartment I'm living in, and, like, so much was going on, but like I somehow was like getting through it all. Yeah,
I don't know how you did that.
I was just like, and my roommates, because I was like, I felt like I was, you know, because there would be some days where I'd be like, I'm sorry guys, I'm like, I'm not gonna get up because like my head hurts, and like I have to just like be, and they'd be like, turn off all the lights, like make it dark for me, and like they'd be like, it's okay, whatever. And I would just be like, I'm sorry that I'm like not being a good roommate. But then they would tell me like afterwards, they'd be like, no, like I mean, I feel like you like were fine, like you still did like your roommate responsibilities. And I was like, all right, like that's good to hear.
That was nice of them to do that.
Yeah, because I would feel so bad. I'd be like, oh my gosh, like I can't make dinner because I'm like, you're just dying. Yeah.
Okay, I feel like there's like different like kinds of migraines. Right. So kind of like what is kind of explain like what is your migraine. So
my migraines are like, I would say now we've decided that they're like specifically hormonal. But for like a migraine it's not like a normal headache. Because the blood vessels behind your eyes are like opening and closing, and they're not supposed to do that. Like they should just like stay the same like width. And so when they're doing that, like it's painful. And like the only way I could describe it is like if you close one eye and then you like open, like you switch which eyes you're, like that's kind of, and then like think of that like pulsating feeling of like opening, closing your eyes, but then it's painful. So it's like that same exact feeling, but pain inside your head.
Do you get like?
And I'm like a light light kills me.
Yeah. Okay. So it's. Do you get like blurry vision, or does your arms get numb?
No. So like I'm not the kind of person that gets like an aura with migraine. So there's like no sign beforehand, which is like usually people be like, oh shit, I'm about to get a migraine because like I see something or whatever. It would just be like, oh, my head's like hurting now. So
I feel like that's worse if you don't get those signs.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's nice because I can like there's certain medicines that you can't take like if you have aura or whatever. But it's all like for me it's like light. It's not really sound like I can hear whatever. It's not. It would be a little bit annoying, like, if I would, like, be at the train or whatever, and the train, like, comes by and it's so loud, I'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Or, like, just being in the city is so loud.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, like, it's, like, touch is even, like, is horrible, like, but it's like, okay, let me just go, like, have an eye mask on, like, sleep.
Yeah. I just think it's so strange that it's, like, there's so many variations of migraines because basically my family is just, like, there's basically migraines are genetic. Like, everyone within our, like, family gets migraines, or at least a few before, like, they grow out of it.
Right.
But it's, like, weird because my dad, he had, like, the ocular, like, the symptoms numbing and everything, and then he got the pain. But then it, like, transitioned to just ocular, where he gets just the blurry vision, but nothing else for, like, 40 minutes. And he gets, like, a little headache, but it's,
it's not, like, that's cool. That's interesting.
Yeah. And then, I used to get migraines, too, but it was, like, once every, like, 6 months. So it wasn't, like, as often as you're getting them by any means. But, like, I would get the numb, like, my entire, like, left side would go numb, and then I would get blurry vision, and then the pain would come, and then I couldn't talk as well because, like, my tongue went numb too, and I had, like, trouble, like, talking as well. So I feel like
that's wild. Yeah, my mom had migraines. She like had a stroke because of one, actually.
Oh, really?
Because like she had them for so many years, and I noticed with myself too that, like, I had been getting them before, like, in high school. I would, like, have weeks of just, like, my head was hurting. I'd be like, well, there's nothing I could really do because I don't know what's gonna help it. So it's just, it's very interesting to see, like, how it, like, comes up, like, shows up in people.
And too with, like, the timing, because, like, you get it, like, every day, but then, like, some cases where I get it only, like, once a week or once every, like, few months. It's, like, weird to think about.
Yeah, I guess because everything's, like, I don't know what all the causes are either. Yeah. I don't know. It's complex.
Yeah, because I think there's, like, because, like, sometimes I'll get it from the sun, too.
Right, yeah.
Like, a migraine as well, or, like, different weather changes or stress and stuff.
Like, if I don't eat, like, at certain times of the day, I'll get a migraine. Like, if I don't go to sleep for enough hours, like, I'll get a migraine.
And then, like, water, too. Yeah. It's like weird that there's different triggers and stuff, and it's also weird that it's, like, genetic as well. Because, like, that doesn't seem like it would be.
That should, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
and
just,
a lot of people have them.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's so strange to me, like, I don't know. It's just weird.
I'm not a neurologist.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. I'm like, damn, I don't know it.
We should, like, call a neurologist. Yeah. Like, hey, can you just explain this?
So we got a neurologist online.
It's a good friend.
Yeah.
It's our good friend, Jim.
Yeah.
When did you first start getting migraines?
Well, I guess I did have them for back in the day, but this current bout was, like, January, February of 2020. And it just continued. Forever. So,
like, what was, like, your first one, like, in high school? Because you said that, like, during high school you got them, like, occasionally.
Yeah, so I thought that... So, two things. I was drinking lemon water, which, like, the citrus of the lemon or whatever, like, will give you, like, a headache if you're, like, prone to migraines, I think.
Yeah.
And I was always like, no, it's fine. Like, I can drink lemon water.
Yeah.
But every time I would drink it, I would get a headache.
Oh, wow.
And it's the same kind of thing, like, if I, like, eat a certain, like, thing. Like, if I drink wine, like, I'm not supposed to, but because I'm 20 years old. But, like, let's just say, like, I'm at a family, like, New Year's party, okay? This
just, like, a couple sips to calm your horses.
If I drink, like, wine,
yeah,
I'll get a migraine immediately.
Oh, that's so interesting.
It's crazy. It's horrible.
That's what my uncle, every time he eats or drinks Red 40, it's like an instant migraine for him.
Right, so I can't,
That's so interesting.
It's crazy, because it's like that, like, you want to have, like, a wine night with your girls. Can't do it.
Is it just red wine, or is it, like...
Any wine.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, any wine.
Oh, that sucks so
like
much.
I have to drink hard liquor.
I just see you, like, you're just, like, a handle, just chugging, like...
I'm like, can't have wine, so... Like,
this is literally not my fault, I'm sorry.
I have, like, wine glasses just full of vodka.
You make it, like, colored wine, so it makes it look like you're drinking wine.
Or whatever.
So, like, has anything been able to help your migraines?
Yeah, like, I do take this, like, medication right now that works, like, I mean, I think it works wonderful. anything that wasn't like anything that isn't having a migraine every single day, it's like that works for me. Like,
yeah.
And this one, like I will only get them if I'm just not being like careful. If I'm just like la la la, like drink some wine, like don't sleep, like you know. But yeah, like but it took me so long because I had a neurologist and they kept putting me on like so many different things, like so. I just didn't notice the camera up there. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry. That was from. I'll explain it later. But.
Okay. Yeah, if I'm just not being careful. Oh, because so I had like a neurologist. He just wasn't really listening to me. I would be like, bro, it's not working. In terms of like helping my migraines, like I had a neurologist, wasn't really working, until I saw like just a regular like PCP, family
doctor,
personal care physician. What was it? Physical. Anyways, whatever. Just like some like just a normal doctor was just like, well, let's just try this, and I was like, cool, that works perfectly.
Oh.
Yeah, like one try.
So like a neurologist that's like training.
He just wanted to do so many different things, and I was like,
he's trying way too hard, I feel.
He just wanted to try because he was like, well, you have to try these 2 things first to be able to like be eligible for like the cool new medicine that we have. And I was just like,
just give me something that would stop it.
Oh yeah, be like easy time in pain.
Just give me something that would stop it. I don't need all these extra steps.
Yeah, like he put me on something that was like for epilepsy. And I was just, because he was like, yeah, some people use it for that. And I'm like, sir, it didn't help me at all.
So like, you're not getting them as often now?
Not as often at all.
Oh, that's so
like,
awesome.
As long as I'm like good, like as long as I'm not like being stupid, then I'm usually pretty, and because I'm migraine free, I'm like,
oh, that makes me happy to hear.
Yeah, I'm like,
all right, this is a lesson. Don't go to neurologist if
you don't know anything. No.
Just go straight to the doctor.
To the doctor.
Go to the normal doctor and you will be all right.
The one you already have.
Yes. Okay. So, how did you start babysitting?
Okay, so I have babysat like all my life. No, that's not true. That's a lie.
Since you were like a little baby.
Yeah, I'm the baby. I'm babysitting other babies. No. It's like Rugrats. Okay. So I started like babysitting / like nannying for my younger sister. I was like 11 when she was born, and so they would have me like watch her like the entire summer, like 9 to 8, like 9 to 5. You know, like whenever my mom would be done work. Like, my mom works a lot. And so I would do stuff with her. I would like take her to the museum. I would like do crafts, arts, like all this kind of stuff. And then I have done like other nannying and other, like I've always like had like other little babysitting gigs. But then of course like I've done different nannying stuff like that, and it's just been you know like pretty easy for me. And it's like also I love kids. So
it's kind of like the best of both worlds. Well, that's so cool.
They're pretty cool. It's honestly, babysitting is very fun. You should try it if you ever get the chance.
What makes you like babysitting so much?
It's like, well, it depends. So it depends on the age, first off. If you have like a little toddler, like a little 2-year-old, oh my gosh, that is so fun, because they're just going to be talking and they just like say like cute little things, and you just have to keep them alive. For kids that are older that like you need to like plan stuff, I love planning stuff. Like I love making a little lesson plan, a little curriculum. Yeah. Like sometimes I would come over, like I used to babysit these 2 little boys, and I would come over and I would like have like a craft like that I had like made the night before to like set up for them so that we could do it. But a lot of the time, like for kids, you just have to like go with the flow. You can't have a plan. You have to just do it and just like be there and make sure they eat, they sleep, they're alive. But it's just, I don't know, it's just so fun. They're so fun. They're little guys.
That's so awesome. What is like the quote unquote craziest memory that you ever had while babysitting?
Thinking about this, I haven't had like a lot of, I guess, I can't think of a lot of like crazy things that have happened, like because the kids, you know, I keep them pretty like chill, like they're never like wild. I have had like I mentioned these 2 little boys I babysat. I would nanny them in the summer, and there's this one, they're 2 brothers, and one's Brayden and Landon, and Brayden is this little guy, and he was maybe like 5, I think, when this happened, and his mom had like I had them for like the night, like a day and then a night and then like another day or something like that, and she had said to me like, okay, before like he goes to bed, can you put on Neosporin and a Band-Aid on his finger, because he had bitten his fingernail, and like it had like I don't even know, like he like something had happened to his finger that like it was so painful for him, like he got blistered, I don't know. And I was like, sure, whatever. So it's the end of the night, it's like he's tired, I'm tired, everybody's tired,
Mm-hmm.
The other boy had, like, gone to bed. And I was like, okay, we gotta just, like, put this Band-Aid on you.
Yeah.
He, like, it was not gonna happen. I pull out the Band-Aid. He was like, oh, cool. Until, like, I opened the Band-Aid. And he was like, oh, my God. He's like, and I'm like, it's okay, Brayden. Like, let me just put it on. Like, like, it's okay. And I, like, start to, like, put it on. He just pulls his hand away. And I'm like, bro, it's, like, Neosporin plus pain. Like, it's gonna make it feel better. And, it got to the point where he was literally, like, on the bathroom floor. And he was, like, rolling around. He was crying. He was like, oh, my God. Like, it hurts. He's like, I can't do it. Like, I'm so scared.
It's so funny.
I was like, bro, what? Like, it's fine. Like, I was like, Brayden, it's okay. And then he went to his room. Because I couldn't. And then he literally was, like, he was doing the same thing, like, on the floor, crying. And then he just started to fall asleep. Because he was so tired. He was like, he'd cry and be like, like, it was hilarious. I was like, what? So finally he fell asleep on the ground. I put the Band-Aid on him, and then I put him in his bed.
That's so funny. I feel like that's, like, such, like kid thing to do.
Yeah, it's like you just, like, when you see, like, a needle as a kid, and you're like, oh my God. Yeah, I mean, I never had, like, any, like, I've never had really crazy, like, not that I can think of. I mean, but it is always very fun being, like, the older person who, like, knows stuff, who's, like, knowledgeable. And, like, they'll ask me, like, what's 1,000 plus 500? And I'll be like, 1,500. They're like, what? How did she know that? They're like, she just calculated that in her head? I'll be like,
that's so awesome.
Like, what's 900 plus 310? And I'd be like, oh, that's a hard one. You know? And then they freak out. They think it's so cool. And I also love playing tricks on, like, I love, which is kind of mean, I guess. But it's fun. Like, I love telling my sister certain things, and then her believing them, and then I just crack. Like, I've told her that, like, one time I told her she had this little hand stamp, and it was like, you know, it was like a little ink thing. And she was putting it, like, she was, like, stamping all over her arms, and she started stamping me, and I took it, and I was like, and I was, like, at the bottom of it. I had nothing on the bottom. And I was like, oh my gosh, Vivian, you didn't know? This has indigo ink. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, like, this is so bad. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they put this in a kid's item. Like, people used to poison each other with indigo ink. And she was like, what? And I was like, yes, go wash it. I start washing my hands in the sink. And she runs to the bathroom and she's crying. She's washing her hands in the sink. She's like, oh my God. And I start, like, cracking up because I'm like,
that's
you believe
awesome.
Me. Yeah, it's mean, but it's like, it's so fun.
Come on.
I have such a good time, like,
so
making fun of them. Not making fun. Tricking them.
I feel like it's so easy because they're so gullible, and I also like that, having, like, that power over, like, kids too. It's just be like, I know more than you.
Yeah, like, so much smarter. Like, I can do so much. But it's also I also kind of believe that you need to, like, have kids be, like, traumatized a little bit so that they can be respectful. You know, like not for other kids. Like, I don't ever do, like, stuff like that to other people's kids. Only to, like, my sister. Yeah. Because, like, if you have a sibling, you have to be a little bit mean to them. Yeah. Otherwise, they're not gonna be cool.
Yeah. They're gonna be, like, snobby.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, it's like, you need to know that you are not that great.
Look, our parents are making you out to believe that you're the shit. Okay. You're not. Not. Look, I'm here to make you feel like you're not the shit, okay?
Exactly. And, yeah, I just feel like that's right. Yeah. As a sibling.
What is, like, your favorite... I guess we did craziest, but do you have, like, one... Like, your favorite memory of taking care of kids?
So, taking care of my younger sister, Vivian, she used to be, like, a lot sweeter than she... Well, she is very sweet. She has a little bit of a bratty streak currently. But I remember when I had her, and every morning I would wake up and I would come in, like, I would braid her hair. There's this one time that I think it must have been her birthday or something, but, like, I was with her and we had got these chocolate cupcakes. Yeah. And she must have been, like, 2 or something. I don't even know. By the end of it, like, we have pictures of it. By the end of it, she has, like, chocolate just, like, everywhere. It's, like, on her, like, on her braids, all over her face. The, like, the sheer just, like, just being able to, like, see her be that crazy and, like, nasty looking. it's just like it for me as a sibling. It's just like fun. That's also like what's kind of cool about babysitting is that like there's just so much love in it.
Yeah.
And no matter like what they do, like that was gonna be a pain to clean up.
Yeah.
But no matter what they do, like it's always gonna just be love.
Yeah.
And to Vivian seeing her like that, like I kind of had realized like okay, like there's always water. Like there's always a bathtub. She can get as dirty as she wants. Like you can always clean it. And I feel like that when I was a kid, I was very, like, I was a tomboy, but I would never get dirty. Like, I didn't like to get dirty. Yeah. Because I'd be like, I don't want to, like, I want to be clean.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And, I hadn't realized until, like, maybe that point that it's, like, you can always wash yourself off. You can always get clean.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
So, for me, like, a favorite memory is always, like, a sentimental one.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to reset the camera real quick. What the hell is going on?
I know, they're, like, doing something. They're like making.
Oh, it's like air conditioning or whatever. Or it's like a washer and dryer. I thought they were like stealing. Oh. I thought they were like wrecking the trash outside or something.
Oh, they're getting rid of it, I guess.
I thought they were like we have trash cans like underneath of it. I thought like some homeless guy or something was just like shaking the trash out.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh yeah, I see. It's a fridge and like a thing and a washer and dryer.
I forget where I parked. Okay, my car's still alive.
Yeah,
I always worry because I always think that my car is gonna get like blown up or something.
Same. No, one time I was awake like really late at night. It was like in the morning at this point, and I was like, I looked outside and there was a man, and he was just like moving the trash.
Yeah.
But it was like 4 a.m, and I was like, but he was like near my car, and like the adrenaline that like went through my body. Because I just saw him, like, near my car, and then I saw him, like, and I was like, oh, it's fine. He's just, like, but I was just like, oh, my God, like, am I going to witness my car, like, getting destroyed?
That's the same thing. Like, there's a drunk person that was driving, and he was, like, ramming into, like, the car that was right here. Like, he was bumping into it, and he tried to, like, get out, like, try not to do it, but he kept doing it and destroyed the car here. And then so he, like, went and then drove away. And then my car was, like, right there, like, right behind him. So, like, if he... Yeah. I was like, oh, my God, I'm so happy that it wasn't me. But then it was our neighbors, so I kind of felt bad, but...
Yeah. But it's like, damn.
Yeah. Last little question before we wrap this up. Let's talk about tattoos.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. You have a few tattoos, and I have a couple tattoos as well. What makes you like getting tattoos or... want to have tattoos?
So here's my thing. We're all gonna die, right?
Yeah.
So what's the point in keeping it clear, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like, and also in this day and age, tattoos aren't really that big of an issue anymore. Like, and before I got tattoos, I was like looking it up. I was like, can teachers have tattoos? Yeah. But then everybody's like, it's not a problem. Like, just do it. And for me, like, all of my tattoos are like have so much like have like a good amount, like a decent amount of meaning behind them. I'm gonna get one like sometime like later this month, and like it doesn't really have a lot. I mean, it has like a little bit. Like I wouldn't have picked. It was like a flash tattoo. I wouldn't have like picked it if I didn't think it was like cool or like it made me think of something. I just think that like get them while you're alive. It's like what's the why not? And it's like it's fun.
Yeah.
It's like. And it's gonna stay. Yeah. It's like a picture that stays forever.
Yeah, like it's I don't know, like something about getting it too.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know.
And I feel like the tattoo artists are pretty cool.
They're always like friendly and spark up like conversations as well.
Yeah.
Do you like? Okay, this may sound weird, but because when I get my tattoos, I like the feeling of it.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, this is great. Like this is something going right now. Like, No, I mean like. Because I don't have any that are in, like, places that, like, would be super painful, I guess. And I think I might have, like, a strong pain, like, tolerance. Yeah. I'm not sure, because, like, I'm never, like, that, like, I'm never, like, I have to take a break.
Yeah.
Or, like, but my tattoos also aren't very big. But there is something, I don't know, it's good to be there. I'm also, when I get tattoos, they always try to talk to me. I'm like, I'm not very good, like, talker. Because I'm like, what do you want me to say? Yeah. Like, because I don't know why, but I always wish that I was, like, I could be friends with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Same. I don't know. They're like, I just want to, like...
know more about them.
Yeah. I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I had something to say, but then it, like, completely, like... Okay. Oh, okay, I remember it. So, like, do you ever get nervous as they're doing it? It's like... they're going to mess something up, or it's not going to look like how you wanted it to look? Because, like, with this tattoo, like, as I was watching him do it, I was like, that's not going to look how I want it. But then, like...
But then it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like...
Yes!
Do you get that, like, anxiety at all? Or is it, like, you have enough faith?
I feel like I have enough... Well, it depends. Because I feel like, no, because I got this one first. And this was, like, I feel like it was a weird tattoo to get from, like... he was the right person to do it, but I was just like, I don't know, I don't really care. Yeah, that's also my thing. Like, the thing I love about tattoos is that, like, they show you at that age. Like, I really love that tattoos age. Yeah. Like, I think that's so cool. I love, like, seeing an old person with tattoos and they all look fucked up, but it's like, that just shows, like, oh my gosh, like, I got this one when I was, like, 19. I got this one, like, or, like, this is, like, this one doesn't really have a lot of meaning for me anymore, but it did that. I mean, it does, but, like, I can say that makes sense. You know, for example. And so, I feel like I have a lot of faith in them. Like, and all my tattoos are by different people, actually. Like, for some reason, I have not gone to the same person. Like, the one I'm getting this month, like, by a different person. But, like, when I got this one, I was just like, he was like, do you like this design? I was like, bro, go for it. He was like, what do you want? I was like, probably in the arm. He was like, bigger or smaller? And I was like, bro, whatever you think looks good, I'll take it. Because it's like, I trust that, like, they're artists. Yeah. Like, I trust that they know. Yeah. I don't get really that scared.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know, because, like, like, my first, this triangle, and I have one here, they're, like, just triangles, so, like, you can't really, like, mess it up or whatever, but, like, this one is, like, my first, like,
it's, like, you actual, could, like, with the shading and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like,
I guess, like, since, like, that one on your arm was kind of your first tattoo, it was, like, more...
Right, it's, like, it's just...
More...
It's, like, well, it's also because this one, like, I don't know if it's moved around a lot, I don't know. Like, I see it upside down, and so all I'm really looking at is, like, where he put the ink and where he didn't. Yeah. And so I can, like, barely see the picture. Like, I can tell, like, okay, there's the window, there's the dog. I know this is supposed to be a bed. It's not until I actually, like, take a picture of it or, like, turn my arm around, which is, like, not easy, that I can, like, see the picture. So, I have no stress about it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's also like, whatever, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Okay, one last question. Yeah, you good. Why did you get the picture that way instead of the other way where you can see it?
So, because I just was like, this is like down, like this is showing. That's the only reason. I was just like, that seems right. Like, that seems like, okay, I'm showing you.
Oh, yeah, like if you show someone like that.
Like exactly, you're showing the audience.
That makes sense.
Because it's like, I know what it looks like. Yeah.
So it's like an audience piece.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think I'll have all of them, like, face. Maybe if I got, like, something on my wrist, which I don't think I would. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I heard that's, like, really painful because, like, your veins and stuff.
It's, like, yeah, right. It's, like,
Yeah, because, like, originally I wanted this, like, across my wrist here.
Right.
But he was, like, because of the wrinkles and stuff that you did it like that, too. It would be weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that would be if I had, like, a message for myself to, like, remember. But I don't think I would ever get, like... I maybe get words, but I doubt it.
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah. I'm like, love yourself, bitch.
Don't ever stop loving yourself.
Yeah. Don't stop believing. Okay. But it's like, that's the only time I would want it to face me.
Is your, like, end goal to completely fill this entire arm?
So I'm just going to fill up everything. Because, like, the next tattoo that I'm getting, it's going to go on this arm somewhere. Probably on this arm. I don't know. We haven't talked about it. And I'm just going to kind of just keep getting them and, like, place them where I think they need to get placed. And I have so many different ideas. Like, my notes is filled with, like...
Oh, that's so cool.
That's something that I think I'm especially talented at.
Using the notes.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know. Like, I have, like...
Yeah.
I just feel like I have so many good ideas in my head.
Do you want to get the tattoos anywhere else on your body, or is it just, like,
I would say, like, mainly on my arms. Yeah. I could see myself with, like, something, like, upper body. I don't want things on my legs. Maybe something, like, above my knee. Probably not, though.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just, because whenever I see people with stuff on their knees, I'm like, it's not for me.
Yeah. I don't understand, like, calf tattoos.
I cannot see a calf. I'm sorry. I know people. I have friends that want them. Just not for me.
Yeah, it doesn't look good, to be honest. Yeah. I get, like, maybe thigh tattoos because you don't really see them that much.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, like, ankle tattoos as well.
Right, like, I have one on my ankle,
I feel like that's, like, cool. Like, I really like ankle tattoos for some reason.
Yeah, because it's, like, the calf, like, I don't want to highlight that part of my body. That sounds like, weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's just me. That's just, like, Kayla.
Yeah, but we are correct. We are correct.
Yeah, good. You should.
Yeah. But I also like I have hairy like calves, and I don't want like people
right, it just seems not right.
Yeah. Like, why would I want someone looking at my calves?
I never even thought about that.
Cause like I have some hairy legs, and I like my hairy legs, but I don't want like that like to stand out.
It just I don't think it's a nice shape.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of people with leg tattoos. I mean, no, that's not true. I'm not a fan of those people. I'm not a fan of the placement. Yeah,
I feel like I've only seen like one exception or maybe two that look okay.
Right.
But it has to be like a certain person and like a certain
exactly. It depends what it is.
Yeah.
What about color? Do you think you'd ever get color?
My next tattoo is gonna be color.
Nice. Because I was always really against color, but I've been thinking about it and I've been like, and I have some ideas. I'll be like, this would be good with color.
Yeah, cause I don't know. I feel like black and white look cool, but like I don't know. I feel like no one's like getting color anymore, and I just feel like I want color.
And I like the traditional now. Like I used to only be like, oh, I want like a thinner line, but like now I like a thicker. Mm-hmm. Like it's just I don't know. It's just I feel like I don't have a specific style or like anything. Yeah. It's like whatever. Just put whatever you want.
Yeah. The one thing that I do is like for me is like I only want triangles on my body, and that's just like a me thing. Cause I don't know. Cause like
no, but that is fun.
Cause like my first tattoo was 3 triangles, and then my second one was a triangle, like a.
Right, it's like the.
I forget what it's called, but.
It's like a Celtic knot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not. Like I don't know what it is.
But like I didn't like get this triangle originally because I had triangles. It was just and so
now it's like all right.
I have 2 triangles. I
gotta continue. Yeah.
Like it was by accident that I got like 2 triangles.
Right.
I just thought this one was cool. I was going somewhere with that. Oh wait, but okay. Yeah. So my next tattoo I want is like gonna be here, and it's like green vines wrapping around a triangle with like a black and white Mac Miller, and then like an eagle coming out of it, and then there's like I can like.
Oh my gosh!
Like it's like
so complex.
Yeah, it's like so complex.
Because you said.
Yeah. I have to show you a picture.
Yeah, I need a picture.
I'm not going to put it on here because I don't want anyone to steal my idea, but...
Right. That's why I always think. I'm always like, this is mine.
Yeah. Like, I want to design something specifically for me that no one else has.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of my roommate, she designs all of her... Like, she has 2 on her ribs.
Oh, really?
And she designed both of them. Like, one's a hummingbird and one's a dragonfly. Mm-hmm. And they're like, her first tattoo was on her ribs, and they were like, are you sure? And she was like, I'm going to do it. And I think, like... And she also, like... I think she wants, like... a Komodo dragon, and she's gonna draw it like she and I think that's cool to be able to design your own tattoos. Like I come up with things, but then I'm like, you gotta handle it from here though. Like to the artist, I'm like, I don't know if this makes sense. But would you ever get a tattoo outside of the country? Maybe. I mean, if am I allowed to?
I don't know.
Probably. Who would stop me?
Because I'm thinking about going to Canada over the summer and getting tattoos there as well.
Yeah, they have a lot of good artists in Canada. I always see them.
They just need to let us in, and then...
Let me in.
That one meme where it's like the guy shaking the fence or whatever, let me in.
Yeah. Whatever his name is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess I would. Because I do follow a lot of artists that are not in the U.S. And I'm like, crazy. I can't even go over there. We should get tattoos together sometime. That would be fun. Because didn't you and Titus go?
Yeah. Me and Titus, and then Licia and Brendan was there too, but they got ear piercings together.
Really? Yeah. Oh my god, that's adorable actually.
We were trying to convince them to get tattoos with us, but they didn't want to.
Right.
Yeah.
I can see Wait, does Brendan have the triangle too, right?
Yeah, he just has the one, and then Licia has a couple. I think she has one on her thigh and one on her arm, I think.
Yes, I think that's true.
Yeah. Or maybe she has like a couple on her arm, but I forget. Titus has 2. Yeah. I have more tattoos than Titus, and I want to keep having that. Yeah, I just want to have more tattoos.
I do feel that, like, just, like, I have to, like, stay ahead of the next person.
Yeah.
Just, like, that's messed up, but it's, like...
When you got your 3rd tattoo, I'm like, fuck.
Right.
Like I was like in the friend group, like I had the most tattoos and I want to keep it that way. It's like a secret like competition in my head.
It literally is. It is.
I feel like it's an unspoken thing too about like people. It's like they just want to have more tattoos.
I never thought about here because I didn't. You're right, you have 3.
Yeah.
We're tied right now.
Yeah. Like I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want you to get more tattoos to like one up me because I wanted to be the one who put up.
I'm gonna think because I hadn't thought about it with this friend group, but I do think about it with like some of my other friends.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, fucking stop, bro.
Yeah. Like just at least let me catch up.
Or I also have friends that would be like, oh, I'm gonna catch up to you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, see, now that you said that.
Yeah, like now it's
like,
like, yeah, like it was like an unspoken thing, okay, but like you don't need to say anything.
What about piercings? Would you ever get piercings?
Who?
You.
I should get piercings?
No, I'm saying, would you ever?
Yeah, I would consider it. Maybe like upper ear. At one point after high school, I was gonna get belly button pierced. Yeah.
That would be actually.
It was like a complete joke.
Do that though. Yeah. I think that'd be so. Cause it's like that. That's something you could. I feel like.
I was gonna like take it out immediately and just waste my money, but it was just for like a YouTube video.
One of my cousins, he and his other friend, they both got one nipple pierced.
Oh, that's so grody.
Yeah.
I don't like nipple piercings. I don't like the idea of it.
I could never do that. That would be so painful. My roommate does have her nipples pierced.
Really?
That shit looks so cool.
Really?
I think I couldn't do it.
I don't. Yeah. I
don't
just
have the strength.
like I like when people have like studs in their noses.
Right. Yes.
But I could like the nipples and stuff. I don't know.
I don't know.
No,
I'm
like
done
it.
with all piercings.
Oh, really?
I don't get anymore.
You have like a good amount of them.
Yeah, I was like I curated like what I want. Like I had 2, and then I had like 1 extra. Like and I was like, okay, that's like it for me.
I may do something like that up here, maybe.
Yeah. Because I feel like I feel like ear piercings just aren't painful. But I would never get my nose pierced.
Yeah. Not even like a stud or anything?
I used to think I would do that, but I just don't think I'd look good with it. I think my nose is too like long.
I think you could pull it off. Maybe like a stud. Maybe not like maybe even like a ring.
But see what I would like a ring. Yeah.
Like I feel like you could pull off a ring.
I feel like my nose is so like witch-like. Okay.
No. But like I feel like you could like on the corner of it. I feel like you can do it. Not like I can't.
No, I would never do. I would not do that.
I forget what that's called. What is it called?
Septum.
Yeah.
I would not do.
I don't. Wait. Okay. Sorry.
I feel like I would get caught on stuff.
I don't know how people do like lip piercings or like tongue piercings. Like how do you eat? One
of my friends has 2 like piercings like right on her tongue right here. What? It looks so cool every time she talks though. Yeah. I was like, how did you get them there?
Yeah, like and then also how do you like kiss people too? Like I feel like that would be annoying.
You get caught.
Yeah. Like your tongue is just gonna get ripped out of your mouth. Like, oh my god. I could like I mouth. Do that. Yeah. Anything in the mouth? No.
And I feel like that's a muscle you shouldn't.
Yeah. Did you ever see ones like it's like in here?
Yes, I have seen that. I'm like, wait, no one can see that.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, and it's like I feel like it'd be so weird too. Like you're just like always feeling it.
Right. I don't want that in my mouth.
Yeah.
I don't want to change my mouth anatomy.
Yeah. Like I would do like maybe a stud here or like a nose ring maybe. And some ear things, but I would never touch my mouth. Right. Yeah. Like just,
I would never touch my mouth.
No.
Not for me. And I would never. Yeah, I would never do like. Yeah, I'm not gonna do any piercings. That's the bottom line. I'm not doing it anymore.
I like piercings and stuff. I want to get more tattoos. It's been a while. I've been trying to pace myself because I don't. Yeah,
I only pace myself because I don't have money.
Yeah, exactly. Like
like if I had like $1,000, like if I had billions of dollars.
Yeah. Tattoo my entire body tattooed.
Yeah, already.
From toe all the way up to my face. Yeah. All tattoos. All right. I think we're going to end this here. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. This was super fun. Oh my god.
You're a good guest.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Bye.